Welcome to my maths class. In this class, we'll solve sums from NCERT textbook, class 9, chapter 3, the world of numbers, end of chapter exercises. It's on page number 64. We will solve question number 1 and 2. Question 1 says, convert the following rational numbers in the form of terminating decimal or non-terminating and repeating decimals by the process of long division. So they are given two rational numbers, 3 by 50 and 2 by 9. So we will divide, first we will divide 3 with 50. So 50, zeros are 0. Put a point here and here, add zeros, bring the 0 down. Again 50 zeros are 0. Next 0 down, 300. So 56 are 300. 56 are 300. So 3 by 50, therefore 3 by 50 is equal to 0.06. It is a terminating decimal. Next we will go for the next one, that is we will divide 2 with 9. Nine zeros are 0. Put a point here, point there, add zeros. 9 twos are 18. Subtract, I'll get 2. Again add 0. Again 9 twos are 80. Again I am getting 2, 0. Again 9 twos are 18. It goes on like this. It goes on like this. So this is unending. It is non-terminating. Repeating. Non-terminating, repeating. So therefore 2 by 9 is equal to 0.2 bar. It means 2 goes on repeating. Now we will go to the question 2. Question 2 says, prove that root 5 is an irrational number. Prove that root 5 is an irrational number. So let's start the proof now. So here first, let us assume to the contrary that root 5 is rational. So first we are assuming that root 5 is rational. Then when root 5 is rational, we can write root 5 is equal to a by b, where b is not equal to 0, a and b are co-prime. When root 5 is rational, we can find integers, co-prime integers. So we can find co-prime integers a and b such that root 5 is equal to a by b, where b is not equal to 0. So now we will square both. We can cross multiply. So we will get root 5b is equal to a. So now we will squaring both sides. We will square both sides. Squaring both sides. Let us see what will happen if we square both sides. So root 5b square is equal to a square. So it will become root 5b into root 5b is 5b square. So 5b square, because root 5 and root 5 is 5, is equal to a square. You can see here 5 into b square is a square. That means a square is a multiple of 5. A square is a multiple of 5. So 5 can divide a square. Therefore, a square is divisible by 5. Divisible by 5. Here we got 5 into b square is equal to a square. So a square will be a multiple of 5. So 5 can divide a square. Therefore a square is divisible by 5. When a square divisible by 5, a is also divisible by 5. So a is also divisible by 5. When a is divisible by 5, we can write a is equal to 5c for some integer 5. For some integer integer c. When a is divisible by 5, we can write a is equal to 5c for some integer c. So now we will label this equation as 1. Which one? 5b square is equal to a square. We will label this as 1. Okay. So now in this a is equal to 5c, we will substitute this value of a in equation 1. to substitute A is equal to 5C in equation 1. In equation 1. So 5B square will be equal to 5C square, because here it is A square. So then in the place of A I have written 5C. So this one, if you solve it, what we will get? We will get 5B square is equal to 5C into 5C is 25C square. 25C square. 5B square is equal to 25C square. So we had 5B square is equal to 25C square. Now, so B square will be equal to 25C square by 5. So B square will be equal to 5 can divide, so 5C square. You can see here B square is equal to 5C square. That means B square is a multiple of 5. Therefore, B square is divisible by 5. So B is also divisible by 5. B is also divisible by 5. Therefore, 5 is a common factor of A and B. You can see here. A is divisible by 5 and B is also divisible by 5. So B is also divisible by 5. So therefore 5 is a common factor of A and B. A and B. This contradicts the fact that A and B are co-prime. In the starting, we took A and B as co-prime. But here we are getting 5 is a common factor of A and B. This contradicts the fact that A and B are co-prime. This contradiction has arisen because of our incorrect assumption that root 5 is rational. So we can conclude that root 5 is rational. Root 5 is irrational. Hence proved. You can see here, first at the beginning we had taken that A and B were co-prime. That means A and B didn't have any common factor. But here 5 we came to know in this we got 5 as a common factor of A and B. So there is a contradiction. This contradicts the fact that A and B are co-prime. This contradiction has arisen because of our incorrect assumption that root 5 is rational. So we can conclude that root 5 is irrational. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.